I got her all the good music there was in the world, yes, sir. I bought her a Victor Victrola.
Well, hi everybody. I'm back with another video. What you're seeing here is a real odd bird. It's a real rarity, actually. This is the last, at least the last that I know of, Amberola Model 6 that was released from the Edison factory in New Jersey. This is a Model D6. I'll tell you a real quick story about this, how I got this. In this early spring of, I believe it was 1991, I was waiting in line probably about 5:30 in the morning at the J&J Field in Brimfield, Massachusetts. It's an antique show, antique field. And there was, it was pretty much dark, and the aroma of coffee was in the air. There was a heavy dew on the ground, and it was a very light fog. And as people, hundreds of people were waiting to get in, everybody's kind of quietly talking about what they might find and what they found the day before and so forth. It was kind of setting the scene for you, because it was just a delightful day. So when we finally got in, it's a very large field, at least it was back in 1991, and I was walking quickly, as fast as I could, up and down the aisles of the field, and I happened to see a dealer put this Amberola down. He was just unloading his truck and putting it on one of his tables. And I walked up to it. He also had an Edison Gem phonograph. And I walked up to this, and I said, he didn't have anything tagged, and I said, does this work? And he says, yeah, it works. He says, there's a cylinder on there. Go ahead and kick it off and try it. Excuse me. So I did. And it played a little bit, and I said, what do you got to have for it? And he said, well, he said, I'd like to get 3 for it. And he says, you take it right now, if you got cash, $250. I said, gee, that sounds like a good deal. So I looked it over again, and so I reached in my pocket, and out came $250. I paid him. And then I said, would you please hold this for me as I walk around, because I said, the field just opened. He says, sure. He says, I'll put the lid down on it, and nobody will touch it. I'll mark it as sold. Don't worry about it. Because there was a lot of people crowding around by this time. Anyway, so I walked around for probably another half an hour in the field. I didn't find anything else, so I came back, and I was carrying this out. And 2 ladies from Connecticut, you'll see the tag here, the A.C. Andrew Music Company from Willimantic, Connecticut. One of the ladies, right there on Route 20, I was carrying this thing, and believe me, you don't want to carry this thing very long. But I was carrying it, I was much stronger back then. And one of the ladies says, oh, you bought it. We're from Willimantic, and we wanted that. Apparently the dealer didn't shut the lid on it like he said he was going to. And they noticed the tag here. And I said, I'm sorry. Well, would you sell it to us? We really came back. I went back to get extra money in my car so we could buy that player, because we're from Willimantic. And I said, I'm awful sorry, but I'm a collector of these things, and I really want to add this to my collection. of course, at the time I had no idea that it was an extremely rare, very late model D6. And, you know, the C6, the B6, and the A6 you'll find, especially the A and B models of the Amberola 6. But a D6 is about impossible to find. But I didn't know what it, you know, I knew it was an Amberola 6, but at that time I had no idea how unusual it was. Anyway, so I carried it back to the car. I put it in, sat down and rested for a while because I hadn't had any breakfast, of course. And you know, I said, man, you know, I hope I did the right thing, because, you know, $250 seemed like a fair deal. And keep in mind, this is 1991. And so anyway, I drove home. Thanks for listening, but end of the story is coming soon, and then we'll get to playing the cylinder. So I got it home, and I showed my wife. I put it on our kitchen table temporarily, and I said, "Look what I bought, sweetie." And she says, "There's a play?" I said, "Yeah, watch." And the cylinder, of course, that was on it, I cranked it up, and I kicked it off, and it played for about 30 seconds, and bang! And I said, "Oh, that didn't sound good." Well, it turns out this had a double spring motor in it, has a double spring motor in it, and it just, you know, I said, crap, I have destroyed this thing, you know, before I even got to enjoy it. And it turns out that the thing had been wound up for, you know, you do the math, you know, since say 1912 or whenever this thing rolled off the, you know, the last of the Amberola 6s, whenever it was, you know, so you know, whatever the numbers are, you know, since probably been cranked up tighter than a banjo string since 1912 or 1913 or whatever. And, you know, so when I finally got to enjoy playing the cylinder, you know, because it was wound up tight all those years, it just let, you know, one of the springs let go. So to be honest with you, I just covered it up, added it to the collection, put it on one of the shelves that I have phonographs on, and I just said, forget it. I'm not going to fart around with this thing and try to, you know, I just didn't want to deal with it. And again, at that time I had no idea how rare it was. So, you know, just believe it or not, here we are in 2017, maybe 6 or 8 months ago, I put a spring in it, and now it plays great. So anyway, thanks for listening, and we're going to play for you one of my all-time favorite cylinders, Alexander's Ragtime Band by Billy Murray. It's an extremely difficult cylinder to find. Try to find Alexander's Ragtime Band on any cylinder record. Good luck, because it's very, very difficult to find. I've found 2 copies, 2 precious copies. One is buried in my collection of like 10 or 11,000 cylinders. I can't find it. I looked one day, all day, I never found it. So this copy here, a friend of mine had it, and I said, "What would you want for that cylinder?" He says, "I don't care anything about it." He says, give me $50. He says, it's a good cylinder, I know. I said, "Here's a $50. Take, you know, I'm so happy to get it." Anyway, so here we go with from 1911, Billy Murray with Alexander's Ragtime Band on a very, very late Amberola Model D6 for my collection. And I hope you enjoy it, folks. Thanks so much for stopping in. And again, thank you for your patience with my my intro.
Oh my honey, better hurry and let me and ain't you going to the leader man, ragged meter man? oh my honey, let me take you to Alexander's grandstand, a brass band. Ain't you coming along? Come on in here, come on in here, Alexander's Ragtime Band. Come on in here, come on in here, it's the best band in the land. They can play a bugle call like you never heard before, so natural that you want to go to war. That's just the bestest band, what am? Oh, honey lamb, come on along, come on along. Let me take you by the hand, up to the man, the funny man, who's the leader of the band. And if you care to hear the Swanee River played in ragtime, come on in here, come on in here, Alexander's Ragtime Band. Oh my honey, there's a fiddle with notes that screeches just like a chicken, like a chicken. And the clarinet is a colored pet. Come on and listen, come on and listen to a classical band. What peaches come now somehow. Better hurry along. Come on in here, come on in here, Alexander's Ragtime Band. Come on in here, come on in here, it's the best band in the land. They can play a bugle call like you never heard before, so natural that you want to go to war. That's just the bestest band, what am? Oh, honey lamb, come on along, come on along. Let me take you by the hand, up to the man, the funny man, who's the leader of the band. And if you care to hear the Swanee River played in ragtime, come on in here, come on in here, Alexander's Ragtime Band. They can play a bugle call like you never heard before. Ain't that just the bestest band, what am? Oh, honey lamb. Come on in here, Alexander's Ragtime Band.
Wasn't that awesome? I love that recording. Thanks so much for stopping in, folks. I hope you enjoyed the presentation.